school.
It is, mate. Lots of new faces. Nice to see everyone again. Everyone's smiling.
Where are you bowling from there?
Lots of fresh kit. New kit, which is nice. I think it's gone down well with the lads. It's been very popular so far.
It is a bit 03 actually. Nice bit of kit.
I've not seen any of the celebrations in the shoot, but...
You got any in the locker?
No, mate. I always disappoint.
And a little friendly fire on the first one.
I know, mate, not what I needed. Steve came up to me straight away and was like, "Oh, we're matching now." I was like, "No, I can't have that."
So the reason why you're here, one is we're going to get aligned as an England team, yes. As we look ahead right now to the summer, and the summer going out to Argentina, going and playing against 2 tests in Argentina, going and playing America in Washington DC, is that all of you sat here are either already in the squad, as I pick it right now, or you are in to be either in or you're the next in. So it's how change occurs is when opportunity rises. You know, somebody goes and grasps the opportunity, and that's how change happens.
We've heard Conor O'Shea say a number of times he believes there's a golden generation coming through now. Do you believe that as well?
I think it's an exciting time for English rugby right now. If you look at the performance of the England team in the Six Nations and the age of the England team, so on average that was the second youngest team in the tournament. So there's a huge amount of growth in the squad. I think you're then starting to look at the emergence of the under-20s team who were world champions last year, and you've seen that the clear example is Henry Pollock, but I think you're also seeing players like Asher come through, Afo come through, getting more and more Premiership experience, and now are now involved in the England squad. Afo for the first time today.
It's been really cool getting to train with some role models that I grew up watching, and being able to be in this environment and train with them has been really cool. It's been very intense. It's a big step up from anything I've ever done, but I've loved it so far. That's made the transition a little bit easier, like having people I know, people to ask questions, people to lean on, and as well it was a drive to get me here. Obviously I did 20s with Chandler, Ash, Pollock, and seeing Pollock kick onto the Lions already is really cool, and Ash and Chandler, both caps between them. Seeing that is really cool and drives me as well.
Boys, just to finish off, we said in the meeting room over there yesterday what we wanted from these 2 days. One was to throw ourselves right in. We can squeeze everything out of every second training on this field. Boys, can't speak more highly of how we've done that. Genuinely. Training like that gives us imagery, it gives us feeling to review. It makes us grow. We wanted to make sure we get a head start in these last 2 days, boys. Well done, because we've done it. And that last bit at the end though, where we're running together, at the end of a tough session, boys, that's the togetherness we're going to need. We're going to need that. So when we get to them points, like we've just done, let's go and attack it like we did, boys. It's a big start, it's a big well done.
3 more of them. Don't lose sight of either when you...
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new. They say they gon' ride me.
Chandler's got a calf strain, so he's just coming back. He's at the late stage of his rehab. And then with regards to the boxing,
we're just trying to add a bit of variety in there. So he's done tons of watt bikes. He's just started his running. What else have you done?
Oh, I just did a run outside. That's why I was a little bit tired before. only 8K.
So yeah, he's done his rehab this morning. He's done his strength work, and then we'll just finish off with a bit of conditioning there. Just get a condition hit, get the heart rate up, and then trying to mimic the ball in play blocks a little bit. So he's doing his 30-second blocks, some longer blocks as well, and then it's something a bit more novel. So he's going to stress him.
I've only caught the back end of this, so the punch is getting a little bit slow. But yeah, an hour, so what, 30 more seconds?
Do you know what he's saying?
The snorer.
Yeah.
The snorer.
Bad.
Jesus. The earplugs are loaded. He's just been telling me about his sleeping habits. How do you feel about that?
Listen, it's not a good start, is it? It's not a great start.
It's not though.
This is not how I wanted to start. I hope people are making it up.
No.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it is. Did Cavs not tell you? Did he not?
He did.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Well,
I refuse to believe it. I love my sleep. I need my sleep.
You see, and that's where he went wrong, because I gave him earbuds before he went to bed, and he told me now he's fine. He slept with snorers, whatnot, and it'll be cool. And I didn't want to argue with him, so I left him on like his bedside table, and he woke up and he was wearing them.
Alpha, just talk me through what you do in your sleep.
Well, so I don't know because I'm asleep, but everyone who I've run with describes it as shouting.
Shouting? So
Yeah.
not regular snoring?
It's louder than regular. It's snoring, but it's louder. So they said I may as well just be shouting. That's what everyone always said. To be fair, Ricky said he'd swap with you if you want. So you could try it out. He's running with TP, so you could test the waters, and if you drown, then the option's there with Ricky.
It's not a great start. It's not good. If your bags end up out the window, then.
There is always a gap between domestic rugby and test rugby. Like, it's not just Premiership, that's everywhere, there is a gap. That's why it sorts it out. That's why only a few people go and play test rugby. That's why the greats play as many tests as you have, many tests as you have. You with us? Right, that's separate. Now, what we do in training, the situation, why it's challenging, is we are bridging that gap. That's the nature of it. We are bridging that gap. And it's not a situation where I'm going to just push you in the deep end. This is a situation where everybody around this room, humanity, are there trying to help us to bridge that gap, take us gradually. Each day we get a bit closer, a bit closer, a bit closer. It's why the guys who know what test rugby is about, my expectation is that they help all the other players as well. Because we're after bridging that gap. That's why we are here.
The biggest thing for us on the lineman camp is getting players from clubs on the same page, aligned in thinking about how we play the game in a way, whilst closing the gap between Premiership and international rugby through physical demands and the intensity to required for the duration of those games, and just how we close those gaps are probably the two biggest things we've gone after as a coaching group and as a team. When change occurs, opportunity arises. And I think the thing for us there is players will be going away with the Lions or aren't available due to the finals and semi-finals. So it's provided us the opportunity to look at the group, the depth of the group of English players within the Premiership. It's provided other players to come in and have the opportunity to train at the level we're training at and put their case forward for selection. That's what you want as a programme, and as a coach you want players coming in and pushing players, and you want to be in that position where the Lions players do come back, the players around them are pushing for their positions, and it's hard for them to get back into the team, and then we're having selection headaches again.
Everyone lower your height half and in. There we go, Trent. There we go. Living in the abyss.
England A has been huge for our player pathway and that transition into the senior team. I look over the last 2 years, and even from my positional group around front row, Finn Baxter, Joe Hayes, Curtis Langdon, like they played against Portugal when it first came back into it, and then you obviously have Asher who's been involved in it, Afo who's been involved in it, George Klosker's been involved in it. So like the list in terms of players who've been involved in that programme, it's been massive for us. And I think for them, the experience of even going and working, and I know Lee Blackett was involved within the A programme, so the continuity of the way we play in the A team into the first team, and that transition there has been smooth, and the idea of them having the exposure of one, the training and the way we want to play, and two, the opportunity to come together with different clubs and get aligned to play the same way.
It's not been clean.
It's a bit of a mess. Oh my God.
Is it alright?
You've been robbed?
Yeah. Someone's burgled us.
The England A coming back in these last couple of years has been really good for an opportunity to wear the rose really after the age group stuff. I think a lot of lads that are on the fringes of the England team getting that opportunity, that stepping stone, you know, to play for England A and show the senior coaches that they can make that step up and kind of push their case forward for opportunities with the senior team has been really good, and there's already evidence there that the England A has been effective. Obviously, I think remember the first game we played against Australia and Caden played in that. In the Six Nations, got his first cap. Henry Pollock, he obviously played in that game. Now he's on the Lions tour. Same with Asher. There's a group of other lads as well. Arthur Clark, who's been my roommate this week, who went really well, you know, in that England A game and got an opportunity to be part of the Six Nations squad. You know, his injury cover. So it's definitely evidence that it works, and I think it also prepares lads well for when they do make this step into the senior squad.
Yes, Let's play in twos, please. Sorry, getting two. Not for yourselves, 1 and 2.
I think I got the taste of international rugby 4 years ago when I got my first cap, and I think I've probably changed quite a lot since then. You know, I've had a lot of experiences, moved clubs. I went out to France for a little bit. I've come to Northampton Saints and played in some big games there, so I feel like I'm in a much better place now to, you know, get another opportunity for the first team and, you know, hopefully stay in the mix now.
So it's all awkward, isn't it? 2. Come up the slope, Chris. Theo. Yep. Bridge the gap. It's a good throw. That's a good throw. I love the. Go on. Hands.
Let it go. That's not a good throw.
So a big part of these camps is trying to bond as a team. So we've been playing. We've got a darts tournament that's been running throughout this week every evening.
Double foot.
Wow!
Thank you, man.
I've not been very successful. I didn't make it through the first round. We've got the finals tonight. That's been really important for, you know, bonding with this group so we can put our best foot forward on the pitch together.
Right, guys, we've got the final here. I'm going to invite them out. There's going to be one game of 301. So, you know, just plenty of support, plenty of abuse, anything you want. So, first up, Team Cross, Caden and Oscar. Next up, Team Litter, Cops and Gay. Guys, I'll give you your champions, and here they are. They win their signed darts.
You listen to the coaches talk and you hear them talk about it. We run and we did. Okay, and there's 3 things in that for me for you to be able to do that. Firstly, your capacity to do work. And as I said, all your clubs will be training differently at the minute. And you'll know yourself if your club is training hard and whether that's enough to build your capacity or whether you need to do extra. Okay, only you really know that. A GPS wouldn't say this, say that. do you know, are you working hard enough to have a good enough capacity to win in Argentina? The second thing is your habits, which can be practiced all the time. So every training session, every match, how quickly you get off the floor, how quickly you move, do you run before you walk, are you ready to go? And the last thing is the mentality side of things. Because there becomes a point in every game, in every session, where it's tough, right? It just is. At that moment of toughness, it's actually a choice to opt in or not. Okay, your body won't naturally do it because your body's got a protectiveness and it's hard and it wants to protect itself. But in the moments of toughness, that's the time you have to opt in. So whether it's in a training session or in a game, you need to opt in to move. You need to opt in to build the habits, get to your feet and move, get set, be ready to go. Make sure we start build the habits and build the mentality. So in 6 weeks' time, we're ready to look at this.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, we will. I think we will.
I promise you, these are the blocks that will give us the advantage in Argentina. Okay, this is the time to be tough. It's the time to opt in. Okay, so when your body's going, be tough, get to your feet and set early. Yeah, this is where we move. These are the blocks that count. Am I wrong?
That's brutal. It's nothing like a wattbike after a rugby session.
Hot wattbike, the heat room, mate.
Yeah, it's the heat. It's like not being able to get your breath in
dying.
between sets. That like you're trying to get 30 seconds, and that rest just goes like that.
You have a minute that just sort of disappears into thin air.
It disappears. Next thing you know, you're 3 seconds in again.
It's good. Hey, hard growth,
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
Boys, just want to say a big well done. Slady, you've done a few of them sessions, mate. It's up there, that, innit? Yeah. It's up there, boys. The way we attacked it, our mindset towards it, the way we went after the contact conditioning. Like, I can't stress enough, boys, how important it is to keep doing that in training. That is going to make the game, when it comes to the game's tough, but training's tougher if we train like that. So we recover well over the weekend, and then, boys, next week's our first test, isn't it? So let's come into camp on Monday, excited to play. And everything we do in our prep reflects we're going to be excited to play against France next week, okay? Big well done, boys. Heads up, forwards if you've got a bit now, backs we might have something, okay? Finish us off. Charlie, finish us off. Nice practice. Let's go 5 claps on 3. 2, 3. Say hi, George. You alright? Are you collecting the balls? Are you collecting the balls? Doing a good job for your daddy. Is he getting it through the post or not? Sometimes. Yes. Yes. Yeah, hold that for him.
Good girl. Good girl. Never let the truth get in the way.
She's got your back, mate.
Yeah, you got my back. Good girl. Right, can you stand this side, please? And you've got to tell me if it goes through the post, okay? Can you do that? Yeah.
Is this your new kicking coach, lady?
My new kicking coach, yeah. She's a harsh critic.
Be careful of me, Daddy.
I won't hit you, don't worry. You've just got to tell me if it goes through the post, alright? Yeah. And tell Fred, the cameraman, if it goes through the post. Give him a thumbs up. You give him a thumbs up if it goes through the post, okay?
Okay. And from this way if you don't.
Yeah, okay. So you won't need to do that. Very good. High five. Oh, right, where are we going then? Next one. Next one. Where are we going?